dear friends, thank you for joining me on my channel. Using my Arteza 72 color pencil sets, I'm going to be coloring in 50 Romantic Miniatures by Kameliya Angelkova, and today I'm going to be doing the ribbon at the bottom of the cake stand. I've used a mix of various pencils and things in the cake and the stand so far, but for the ribbon I'm going to be using both Copic markers and my Arteza pencils, and I thought it would be a fun thing to do together. I've decided to do this ribbon and the bow using the technique of a first base coat of alcohol mark, and I've chosen to use red for the bow and the ribbon, and I'm using a Copic Ciao marker of R27 is the name and number. In my quest for this year of using up more of my art supplies and giving them all a chance to see the light, I decided to haul out my Copics again. I really do like them. I love the Ohuhu markers as well very much, but the Copics are more easily attainable in South Africa, and I know they're pricey, but with the fact that you can buy refills and replacement nibs, I want to use those that I've got because I do enjoy them. As I'm starting to color this, I'm just filling it in, and I'm a little bit concerned that I've probably chosen a slightly dark color. I didn't want to go with the R00 or 000 because that's too pink, so I wanted the ribbon to be really red, as I want to do some of the cookies red and some of them pink, pink violet like the cake is. So hence this red choice. The pinks and the reds are all really part of the same color family, so I think it'll go together quite nicely. I haven't quite decided yet what color to use for the buttercream little swirls at the top, or whether they're actually meringues. I haven't quite decided, so I think I'll probably go with making them buttercream and use the same color that I've used in the middle of the cake to give it some uniformity, and then we've got the dark color for the cherries so that the whole lot can go together well. It seems to be a kind of a split complementary color scheme in that if you follow the color wheel, it's sort of based on a narrow triangular color scheme with the red, violet, the red, which are next to each other on the color scheme, on the color wheel, so they're analogous colors, and then the yellow is part of the triangle, so that's kind of works together. And then the dark color I'm planning to do the cherries is based on the dark red, violet, and pinks and red. So I'm hoping it will fall together well. And then I'm using a kind of a neutral color for the brown of the biscuits, and I'm not entirely sure what I'll do for the background. I might have a look and see. If I look at the narrow triangle, the other color that fits into that is a green, so I could go with a very, like, not entirely green, but sort of a gray-green kind of a background. I'll see what I feel like. So I'm a little bit concerned as I'm coloring this that this ribbon is really too dark because it's going to make the highlights difficult. I think I'm going to try using my Caran d'Ache white pencil across this area to lighten it a bit and give it a highlight. Otherwise, I'm going to resort to my trusty white gel pen and just give it a glint and a shine there. I'm having fun coloring this picture. I think it's such a fun book. I absolutely love the images in it. They're easy, they've got nice clear outlines, and they suit my mood very well. I know Valentine's Day has now passed, but I'm still coloring Valentine pictures because really and truly, who can't eat a cake like this anytime for your anniversary, for your birthday, anytime. It could even be a cake for the birth of a little girl with little hearts of love to welcome a little mite into the world. So I find that the Copics work quite nicely, Copic, never quite sure how to pronounce, quite well on this paper. They don't bleed out and feather very badly. This is just Amazon paper, as I think most of you have some of Kameliya Angelkova's books, so you will know the paper quite well. But I also think it depends where your book is printed. Now I'm going to add some detailing with Arteza pencils to the ribbon to try and create some shadows, and I'm not sure about highlights. I think the red's going to have to be the highlight, but so I'm going to create shadows, and I'm going with this purple, which is very similar to the one I used on the cake. I actually did the cake using just pencils, and I was using my polychromos for that, so but I think these colors are similar, and I felt like using my Arteza pencils. I haven't used them for ages, so I'm really enjoying them. They're soft and lovely. I have the 72 set. I don't have the 120 set, but I really like them. Let me know in the comments if you enjoy coloring with your Arteza pencils. How do you work with your art supplies? Do you recycle them? Do you have them in some sort of a plan so that all your art supplies get a chance to be used? Because I tend to use what's out or what I'm used to, and one of my aims this year in my coloring and my channel is to use my art supplies. I love my art supplies. I suppose I'm a real kind of collector person. Well, my husband will agree with me there, and I really enjoy them, and so it's fun to use them again, and it feels like saying hello to old friends. So I'm using a darkish red here. I have put a list of the colors I've used in the more information below in the comments, just below this video, just above the comments. So there's this little triangle if you're on your mobile or if you're on your PC that you can click. And if you're watching on TV and you want to know more and you have a smartphone close by, I see that YouTube has a little thing that keeps popping up on my phone that allows you to say you want to be able to interact with the video, and then you can just find these things on your smartphone. So in case you're wanting to use this color scheme, I'm finding this kind of violet, it is called Eggplant, is working quite well as a shadow with the red. It's interesting to me, when I was a little girl, my mom used to have very fixed ideas about colors you could use when you dressed or when you colored or anything like that. And she said, never, never, never use red and pink together. So I kind of cringed when I decided I wanted the ribbon to be red. But I felt like the pink was going to maybe just be overdone. So I decided to go with red, and I thought it through scientifically according to the color wheel, and pink is really part of red if you look at a color wheel. I'll overlay one here quickly. So when you look at the reds there, you can see pink is part of the red spectrum. So I just decided it's fine, and I think if you have a more complex color wheel, pink would be a secondary color, and not a yes, it wouldn't be a secondary color. I can't remember now, but I know it would fall next to red, so it would become an analogous color. So I'm just going with it, and I hope it all looks okay. I've never done real color theory or studied art or anything, so I'm kind of going with what I've read and what I've heard. So I'm going to continue coloring this, and I'm going to put some music on for the rest of the coloring, and I think I'm going to leave it in real time. Let me know in the comments whether you prefer me doing sped up versions or if you prefer real time coloring, so that you can then color along. I haven't got much more to say about the technique of what I'm doing, so I thought some nice music would be calming and relaxing and something for you to enjoy along with me. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll chat again just now. Before I actually put the music on, the first piece I'm playing is called Breakfast on the Balcony by Franz Gordon, and it's part of the Epidemic Sound collection, and I have a subscription to them. I can put a link to that in the comments in case you are a color tuber and you're looking for nice music to add. They've got such a wide selection on Epidemic Sound. I'm not an affiliate or anything, so just for your information. I'm now coloring the cookies in and using my red, and it's quite fussy coloring this, going around the little hearts. So yeah, I thought I'd tell you guys about the show I went to see the other day. It was at the Artscape Opera House, and it was called Calling Us Home, and it's a musical that's, as they say, born in Africa. It is written, book, music, and lyrics by Alice Gillham, who's an American lady, and directed by Peter Flynn. And it says that although Calling Us Home was born in Africa, it's gathering a truly global family, and our collaboration with Americans, director Peter Flynn and leads Monica Tulio Ramirez and Michael Alejandro Castillo, and the brilliant costume designer Pei Lee and lighting designer Alan C. Edwards have made an invaluable impact on the musical. So I think maybe the composer is South African, but I started getting to know a little bit about this musical quite a few years ago when they had a competition for school children to take part in the musical and to be involved. And I took some of my students, and one of them won the competition, and so he was in it. And then another old student did the lead. I think that was in round about 2019, something like that. I don't want to tell a story, but something like that. And now this has been a revival of it with a new cast, and 2 different old peoples are in it, plus another lady that did the lead, a young singer who was also at our school, but she was not a student of mine. So it's sort of been quite personal to me. I'll put a link actually to their website where they've got some of the music. If you like musicals, you might enjoy it. Some of it's really lovely, and I don't think very well known yet. It was really so nice going to the theatre again, I must say, and the vibe. So these are the colors that I used, the R27 and Eggplant and Magenta in the Artezas. I have listed them below, as I said before. And now I'm going to zoom in. This is RV00 that I'm using as the base color. And I'm going to zoom in so that you can see the coloring process, and I'm going to put some more music on. I hope you enjoy it. This next piece of music that I'm playing is also by Epidemic Sound. I have a subscription to them, so those of you that are generous and give me coffee donations and things like that help to pay for the subscription. So I hope that in particular you enjoy them. I love their music, and I love the different styles they have. But this piece is called Beauty in the Mundane, and it's by an acoustic group called Bird of Figment, and the singer is Cody Francis. So I hope you enjoy it.
Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we
I really hope you enjoyed that. Please let me know in the comments if you like the style of music or if you prefer more modern sounds, although I don't think I'll put more modern sounds on my videos because they're just not me. And I do try to make my videos kind of honest and reflecting something of who I am as a person. I was chatting to a friend who's also a YouTuber, and she was saying it's so difficult sometimes watching people on YouTube because none of us really know each other. We're just online personalities. So I try to maintain an honest reflection on my channel. Sharpening my pencils again because these are very tiny little hearts. I've zoomed in so they look bigger, but in real life they're very small. Do you enjoy eating sugar cookies like this? I love them. We call them biscuits in South Africa. I know in America you call biscuits things that we call scones that are savory and you tend to have them with your stews and such. But we call these things that you call cookies, we call biscuits. And we have some that you can buy in the store called zoo cookies, and they have this hard kind of sugar icing with little zoo animals on them. And ever since a child, I've really enjoyed eating them. What is your favorite kind of cookie? Let me know in the comments. Do you like baking? I used to bake a lot when I was young, when my children were at home, but I don't bake very often now because other than when the grandchildren come to visit, both my husband and I are not trying to gain any more weight than we have already. So if you don't have the cookies in the house, then you don't eat them, and then you don't gain more weight. So now I'm blending this all together with a pale pink, which I haven't got the color with me, but I will comment on it below. I'll put it in the list in the more information. I'm going to put a third piece of music on for you. This time I'm going to look for some guitar acoustic music and either guitar or piano. I haven't decided just yet what I'm going to put on, and I hope that you like it. This is solo guitar and it's called Mila's Wish by Daniel Kaede, Kaede. I hope you enjoy it. we're coming to the end of this colouring. I decided to just do this biscuity or this cookie bit around the edges with pencils alone rather than using markers and detailing with the pencils. I quite like the technique of using markers and then detailing with pencils. I find it fun. And I'm thinking that when I do the background of this piece, I'm going to use my gel pens, not my gel pens, talking rubbish, my gel crayons, and apply them. I see that the video I made showing how I do backgrounds like that has been quite popular, so I quite enjoy doing things like that. I'll either use the gel crayons I have, which are Maped brand, or I'm going to use my Faber-Castell gelatos, but they're very similar. Just depends which colors I have in which brand, and I'll do that, but I'm not going to do that as a video. So, having sped that last little bit up a bit because the video is getting too long, I'm going to use my Caran d'Ache white pencil to blend this together because I feel like the detailing's a little bit, it's not blending as well as I would like, so I'm trying that. I think you would have seen that I used quite a dark brown pencil to just go around the background of the sugar part of the sugar cookie to try and make it a little bit more 3D. Do any of you have Caran d'Ache Luminance? They're lovely pencils and I want to try using them a bit more. That's also on my agenda to try. I have them, I love them. I'm completing my set and I want to learn how to use them a little bit better. I hope that you've enjoyed watching this video. Please comment, like, subscribe, do all those great things. The more you like the video, the more you share it. It's a huge help to my channel and I really appreciate it. I'm now using a Prismacolor cream, or is that actually Prismacolor sand that I'm using to also blend it together. I think nothing blends quite like Prismacolor pencils, and I was feeling a little bit unhappy about the way this looked. So I want to say thank you very much. Please join me in the next video, which will be Watercolor Wednesday, and I really hope you've enjoyed watching this, and I hope you've enjoyed the music choices I've made, and I hope to hear from you, and have a wonderful, colourful, happy, healthy week. Bye-bye now.